In today's video, I'm talking all about nutrition labels. So whether you're on a weight loss or a body recomposition journey, or you're just trying to make healthier choices for yourself and your family, and you wanna make sure you're reading nutrition labels correctly and you're making the best, healthiest choices. Because although when it comes to weight loss, calories are king, quality of food will not only play a huge part in your weight loss or your fat loss progress, but also in your overall general health. I'm gonna make sure by the end of the video, you are fully educated and ready to go to the grocery store and make the best, healthiest decisions. We're gonna talk about what are the essential components of a nutrition label, what should you be looking at first. Then I'm gonna go over a few sneaky ingredients that could actually sabotage your results. Then lastly, I'm gonna go over a few food marketing tactics that you should be aware of so that you aren't fooled by clever marketing tactics that promise health food but deliver otherwise. As always, we're gonna dive right in, but of course, if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit subscribe, hit that bell so you get a notification when I release a new video just like this one every single week. My name's Michelle Roots, kinesiologist, personal trainer, nutrition coach, and fitness and fat loss motivation specialist. I have over 17 years experience in the industry helping people increase lean muscle, decrease body fat to become the strongest, leanest, healthiest versions of themselves. And I created this channel because I want to help you as well. Let's get right into it. Nutrition labels. So if you are going through the grocery store and you flip over, say, a box of cereal, and you're looking at the nutrition label, what are the main things you should actually be looking for to determine if this is a healthy choice or a not so healthy choice? Here are the 5 main components you want to be looking at in order on a nutrition label to determine if a food is a healthy choice. First things first, you want to look at the serving size and then the number of servings per container. Serving size is usually in units that are super easy to understand, whether it's the number of pieces, so the number of chips or the number of crackers, or a measurement like cups or grams. So the serving size on the label is what the average person would eat of that item, but it is not the recommended serving size for you. So remember, if you are in a calorie deficit or you're on a body recomposition journey and tracking your macros, you don't have to follow the serving size that is on the nutrition label. You will do your own calculations to make these type of foods fit into your own calories and your own macros. So when you're looking at the rest of the nutrition facts on the label, just remember that that is per the serving size listed at the top. Something might appear low calorie, say, let's just throw out crackers, but the serving size is 4 crackers. There's a possibility you might be eating 8 crackers or 12 crackers. So that's 3 servings. So then you're gonna take the calories and all the nutrition info and multiply that by 3. So that's the first thing you want to look at is the serving size. Second thing we want to look at is the calories. So the calories per serving. So that's the amount of energy you are going to get from that food. So again, this is where you would look at the serving size and look at the calories per serving to determine really if it's worth it, if you're eating in a calorie deficit, or if you're on a body recomposition journey where you're trying to hit a certain calorie number a day and you're trying to hit certain macros. This is where you would look at the calories per serving. And if you are curious about how many calories you should be eating to either drop body weight or body fat and achieve a body recomposition, I've got a few videos on my channel already and a few other ones. I'll link them all in the description below if you want to go watch those next. Looking at the serving size and the calories per serving is very, very important. For example, you might have a bottle of Coca-Cola and you flip it over and you're like, oh, perfect, only 110 calories in this bottle. But when you look at the serving size, there's actually 2.5 servings in that bottle. So meaning you're not actually consuming 110 calories when you drink the entire bottle of soda. You're drinking 110 calories times 2.5 servings. Then the next section you're gonna look at is the macronutrients. So the proteins, the carbs, and the fats. So of course, first things first, and if you've watched probably any other videos on my channel, you understand the importance of eating protein on a weight loss journey to keep you feeling full. But also if you were looking to do a body recomposition, you're looking to build some lean muscle, drop some body fat, protein is very, very important. So if you're looking for foods that are higher in protein to help you reach these goals, you're gonna look at how many grams of protein per serving as well as how many calories per serving to decide if this is a good choice for you. Then you're gonna look at the carbohydrates. So how many grams of carbohydrates per serving, but more importantly, you wanna pay attention to what kind of carbohydrates you are getting. So carbohydrates that are higher in fiber are a much better source of carbohydrates that are going to keep you feeling full for longer. And there are so many other benefits to consuming fiber on a daily basis. You should be getting a minimum of 25 grams of fiber every day through your nutrition. If you want to know how fiber can actually help you on your weight loss journey and why it's so important, I made a whole video about it. So check that out. I'll link it in the description below if you want to know more about why you should be focusing on getting more fiber into your day. You also want to look at the added sugar. So how many grams of sugar per serving? Because again, anyone can just put any old gas in their car and eat whatever. In the end, calories in versus calories out, like I said. But if you're putting premium gas into your car is going to run much better. So we are looking for foods that are lower in added sugars, especially things like oats, bread, wraps, even things that claim to be whole grain and healthy options. Make sure you're flipping them over and looking at the nutrition label to determine all of these factors, especially the sugar content. Consuming a diet that's higher in added sugar can lead to many health concerns, but also is going to affect your weight loss or your fat loss results. I just want to take a minute to thank today's video sponsor, Element. One of my go-tos for replenishing my electrolytes after sweaty workouts or just drinking on a daily basis, especially in the summertime, to make sure I stay hydrated. Electrolytes are so important for so many functions in the body, including nutrient absorption, hormonal regulation, and of course, fluid balance. Sometimes water just isn't enough, and Element has the perfect balance of 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. And better yet, zero sugar or artificial sweeteners, so no junk. Element can help prevent and eliminate headaches, muscle cramps, fatigue, sleeplessness, and other common symptoms of electrolyte deficiency. So if you live an active lifestyle, especially if you sweat a lot in your workouts, an electrolyte drink like Element might be exactly what you're missing in your life. Right now, Element is offering my listeners a free sample pack with any order. That's 8 single serving packets free with any Element order. Get yours at drinkelement.com/Michelle. This deal is only available through my link. You must go to drinklmnt.com/Michelle. So next you want to look at the amount of fat. So how many grams of fat per serving and what types of fat? So let's take a look at this one here. So this nutrition label says there's 15 grams of fat per serving with 5 grams of saturated fat. So the types of fats that we are trying to decrease in our diet just for general health reasons are saturated fats and trans fats. These are the ones that are linked to health concerns. Fourth thing I would look at is your sodium as well as your ingredient list. So how many milligrams of sodium per serving? With this in mind, the average person should be getting around or below 1,500 milligrams of sodium a day. So let's pull up this label here that I found online, most likely from like a frozen dinner. The amount per serving. So one package is 900 calories, but 1,590 milligrams of sodium per serving. So that is pretty much one meal, but that is your sodium intake for the day. And then let's take a look at the ingredient list. Oh, it looks like it's a fried chicken, mashed potato, and mixed vegetable meal. So we're looking at the ingredients for everything, the mashed potatoes, the veggies, the apple dessert, the seasoning sauce. We look at the ingredients for the fried chicken: dark meat chicken portions, chicken stock, soybean oil, enriched wheat flour, dextrose, sugar, natural flavors, extract of paprika, caramel color, maltodextrin, cayenne pepper sauce powder. Let's just stop there. So one thing you want to really pay attention is a whole bunch of this stuff. If you can't pronounce it, like I couldn't pronounce half of that stuff, probably not a good option. Again, we come down to 80-20 rule once in a while. It is what it is. But if you are eating things like this on a regular basis, if you can't pronounce the ingredients, there's a lot of hidden sugars and hidden other things in these packages, preservatives, everything that is not only going to affect your weight loss and your fat loss goals, but also just your general health. One tip to really know is when you are looking at the list of ingredients, the ingredients that are listed first are the largest portion in that meal. So for example, if sugar is listed in the top 3 or 4 ingredients, it means it's very high in sugar. My best advice as well is try and pick foods that don't have a bunch of ingredients like that label I just showed you. Try and find things that are closest to their natural states. And then the fifth thing you can look for on a nutrition label is the percent of daily value. So that basically means the percentage of daily value for each nutrient listed in a food. Have you ever seen these percentages on the side of a nutrition label and you're like, I have no idea what that even means? Don't worry, it's pretty simple to understand. All I recommend you using these percentages for is to determine if a food is higher or lower in any specific nutrient. So often it'll say right at the bottom of a nutrition label, 5% or less is a little, 15% or more is a lot. Let's go back to the foods we want to consume less of. Your saturated fats, your trans fats, your added sugars, and your sodium. You want to see that percentage number lower. So 5% or lower, meaning it is lower in these specific nutrients. And then the nutrients we want to consume more of, like either protein, fiber, vitamin D, potassium, vitamin A, you want to see a percentage that is 15% or higher, meaning it is higher source of these specific nutrients. So that's a great tool as well. If you're comparing two nutrition labels, you can look at those percentages for a quick way to determine if a food is higher in fat or higher in sodium compared to the other food. But that's really all you would need to know about the daily value percentages. So there you go. If you're looking at nutrition labels, those are the main 5 things that you want to be paying attention to. But what are some other sneaky ingredients that you should be looking out for? One, and most important, is hidden sugars. So other various forms of added sugar, corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup, dextrose, sorbitol. These ones can be sneaky and found in a lot of ingredient lists and lead to excess calories and also hinder your weight loss goals. Next up, hydrogenated oils. These contain trans fats and are just not the best for heart health and health in general. And then last, in that ingredient list, you want to watch out for highly processed additives. So artificial colors, flavors, and preservatives. If you are choosing foods that are closer to their natural state or processed foods with minimal ingredients, it's most likely that you're making good choices already. But again, it is good to be aware of if you're seeing these things in a nutrition label, is it the healthiest choice for you? Last but not least, I want to just point out a few food marketing tactics that I don't want you to fall for. And when I see in the grocery store, it actually drives me crazy. And I want to start by talking about this cereal right here. Right on the front of the box, high protein, and it says 13 grams of protein, 20 grams of whole grains, and 22 vitamins and minerals. And then let's flip to the nutrition label. So nutrition information per 55 gram serving of Vector. So 300 milliliters or 1¼ cup is 219 calories, 5.7 grams of protein. What? But you just told me I was gonna get 13 grams of protein. Swipe over to the other side. A 55 gram serving of Vector with 200 milliliters or 3/4 cup of skim milk is equal to 13 grams of protein and 289 calories. So they're lying. This cereal is not high in protein. You are not getting 13 grams of protein. You have to add milk to it to make it a high protein cereal. This drives me crazy because I'm sure a lot of people are walking down the grocery aisle and they're like, oh, Michelle said I should be getting a high protein cereal. And then they see this on the box and it's not your fault. This is why they do this. The marketing tactics. You buy this and you're like, perfect, I'm eating a high protein cereal, until you pay attention to the nutrition labels. So that is the first one I want to point out because this drives me crazy. So make sure whatever claims are on the front, flip the box around and check for yourself how many grams of protein per serving, or do you have to add milk to it to make it a high protein cereal? Food marketing first. A few other words you want to look out for. Light. So often when a product is light, they might have processed it a little bit more to either reduce the calories or the fat. So light goes the same as low fat, low calorie, fat free. All of these claims on the packaging, you want to flip it over, look at the ingredient list to make sure they didn't add sugar or artificial sweeteners or other preservatives to maybe reduce the calories, but make it not actually a healthier option. Another one, made with whole grains. So what you want to do is if you see this, you're like, perfect, whole grain. Flip it over. If whole grains is not one of the first 3 ingredients, it's not the best option. You want to find something where whole grains is either the first or second ingredient because that means it is actually made with majority whole grains. Organic. So basically, organic does not make a food healthy or not healthy because organic sugar is still sugar. So of course we choose organic foods for other reasons, but when it comes down to calories or health, organic on the front does not make it a healthier choice. Same goes for gluten-free. Yes, it is gluten-free if you are someone who cannot eat gluten. You want to look for gluten-free foods, but gluten-free doesn't always mean the healthier option. I'm going to end this video with my top 3 tips after all that information. What are the top 3 things you need to worry about when you're looking at nutrition labels? Portion awareness and serving size, so you know how much of each nutrient per serving size. What are the ingredients in it? How many ingredients are listed in the label? And then of course, lastly, calorie management, because in the end, if you are on a weight loss or a fat loss journey, calories in versus calories out is always going to be the king. But like I said, quality of the food you put in your body is going to determine how good you feel on your weight loss journey. And last thing I want to point out, which I talked about in a video a few weeks ago, is the 80-20 rule. So all of these tips I gave you, that is for your 80%. So meaning 80% of your week, you are choosing foods that are the healthier option. It doesn't mean you can never eat Vector. You can have Vector once in a while, but don't think that it's a high protein cereal. Once in a while, if you want some Vector, go ahead. It can be part of your 20%. If you want a cookie that has a long ingredient list and maybe has some added sugar, of course, that is allowed, everything in moderation. This education is more so for your healthy foods, your 80 to 90% that you are eating on a regular basis. As always, I hope this video was helpful. Any questions, leave them in the comments below. And of course, if the video was helpful, make sure you give it a like so I know you guys are enjoying the content. I'll leave a link below to my free calorie deficit guide if you are looking to learn how to calculate your calorie deficit for weight loss. And if you want to know more about working with me one-on-one in my online fitness and nutrition coaching program, I'll put a link in the description below as to where you can find out more about working with me. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.